So, Dhrutis are specially designed dosage forms explained in Rasa Shastra, where the solid substances, that is a rasadravyas, it may be metal or mineral, is totally converted into stable liquid form. The special thing regarding the dhruti is, so after preparation of the dhruti, it should not regain its original metal form. So that is the concept of dhruti. So here the word only gives the meaning that dhruta is which is derived from drava. Okay. So here dhruti kalpas are where the metal or mineral is converted into a stable liquid form. Okay. So dhrutis are by definition only, it's a liquid prepared by processing a solid substance so as to convert it into liquid dosage form. So here the metal or mineral is converted into a stable liquid dosage form, but here it should not regain its original metal form. So that is the main thing related with the dhruti kalpas, and they remain in liquid form only at room temperature forever. So best examples as quoted in Shastras are Aprakadruti Nirmana, Gandhakadruti Nirmana, Ratnadruti Nirmanas, and many more dhrutis are also recommended in Rasa Shastra textbook. So even you might be prepared the Gandhakadruti in your undergraduate level. Yeah. Let us see the definition of dhrutis. So the definition, the nirukti of dhruti as recommended in Rasaratna Samuchaya, 8th chapter, 81st sloka. Aushadadmana yogena loha datvadikam kaluhu santishtate dravakaram sa dhruti parikirti. So here meaning is when the metals, minerals or the precious stones and other such materials are converted into a stable liquid form by processing with specific herbs and fire is known as dhruti. So here it remains in liquid form at room temperature. So that is the definition of dhruti. Reference is Rasaratna Samuchaya, 8th chapter, 81st sloka, and the same sloka is quoted even in Rasendra Chudamani, 4th chapter, 22nd sloka. Okay. So here the substances which are in the solid state at room temperature are totally converted into stable liquid form at room temperature, and such liquid forms are called as dhrutis. So here these solid substances at room temperature are never in the liquid form before. Okay. So that is the speciality of dhruti kalpas. So the qualities of dhruti kalpas as quoted in Rasendra Chudamani, 4th chapter, 23rd sloka. Nirlepatvam, dhrutatvam cha tejastvam laguta tata. Dhruta yogascha sutena panchada dhriti lakshana. Reference is Rasendra Chudamani, 4th chapter, 23rd sloka. For the same concept, that is the properties of the dhruti, in Rasaratna Samuchaya, 8th chapter, 82nd sloka. So here, in the second line, it is mentioned as asanyogascha sutena panchada dhriti lakshana. So here, meaning is the 5 qualities of dhruti. So if we consider the liquid as dhruti means it's supposed to possess these following 5 qualities. First one is nirlepatvam. It should not adhere to the vessel. It should not be sticky. That is a nirlepatvam. Dhrutatvam, that is a liquidity. It should have the flowing nature. Tejasvam, that is a shining fullness or the luster. It should possess a specific luster. Lagutvam, that is the lightness. And finally, asanyogascha sutena, non-mixing with the parada. So these are the 5 qualities of the dhruti kalpas. And the test for completion of the dhruti kalpas. So the test for completions are, the first thing is safe if the liquid possesses all the 5 qualities as such: liquidity, non-stickiness, shiningfulness, lightness, and non-mixing with the parada. Then it is understood that the prepared liquid is dhruti, or the dhruti kalpa is completed. And one more test method is when a drop of any rasa dhruti is put on the surface of the water taken in a bowl, it should not spread on the surface, but it should remain steady, which indicates the properly prepared dhruti. So if you want, you can test with the gandhaka dhruti. When a drop of gandhaka dhruti is put on the surface of the water, it should not spread. So that is the lakshana which indicates the completion of dhruti kalpas. Next comes the preservation of the dhrutis. So to retain its self-life, to retain its properties, here the prepared dhrutis are filled in a separate bottles, as you know. So these prepared dhrutis are collected in separate small bottles, and these bottles are kept immersed in kusumba taila. Kusumba taila means safflower oil. Okay, so it is kept immersed in safflower oil, collected in a vessel. So thus they can stay in a good condition for long time. So the bottles are kept kept immersed in safflower oil, that is a kusumba taila, to retain its quality or the properties. So this is a preservation method of the dhrutis as quoted in Rasaratna Samuchaya, 4th chapter, 77th shloka. Let me read the shloka. Kusumba taila madhye tu samstapya dhrutayah prutak tishtati chirakalam tu prapte karyam niyojayi. So here meaning is kusumba taile madhye tu samstapya dhrutayah prutak. Prutak means, so the dhrutis which are collected in a separate bottles are kept immersed in kusumba taila. Tishtati chirakalam. So here, if we preserve these dhrutis in such a way, so definitely it will, the properties or the quality of the dhrutis, there will be no alter in the qualities for longer period. Tishtati chirakalam tu prapte karyam niyojayi. So next one is, let us quote an example of gandhaka dhruti. So for the preparation of gandhaka dhruti, so we need the ingredients: shuddha gandhaka 1 part, trikatu churna or maricha churna 1/16 part. See, remember in Rasaushadhi Nirmana, in Parada Kalpas, wherever the quantity of drugs are not mentioned, so there Anuktamana Paribhasha is Kalamsham. Kalamsham is 1/16 part. Okay. Then the instrument required for Gandhaka Dhruti Nirmana are Kalvayantra, we need Vastra, Patra, Agni, Sandamshayantra, and Kachakopi. There is a glass bottles. And the method of preparation, as you studied in your undergraduation level. So here, mix the purified sulfur powder with 1/16 part of Trikatu Churna. Then the mixture is spread it on a evenly on a 1 arathni diameter white cloth. Okay, 1 arathni means around 22 angulas. Okay, so the mixture, the powder is spread evenly on 1 arathni diameter white cloth base. Then it is rolled into just like varti and tied with the help of a thread. Then the varti is kept soaked in tilataila for 1 yamakala, that is 3 hours. Then hold it with the help of forceps or the sandamshayantra. Then it is ignited. Okay, you burn it. So by this method, the sulfur melts and falls into the vessel drop by drop. So this is a method of preparation of Gandhaka Dhruti. Okay. Next comes the dose of Gandhaka Dhruti. So here the 3 drops of Gandhaka Dhruti is mixed with 1 Valla Pramana, that is 375 mg of Shuddha Parada. See, remember here Shuddha Parada means you can take Rasa Sindhu. So both are rubbed on a Nagavalli Patra, and it is patient is advised to chew it. So this is a method of administration of Gandhaka Dhriti. And the uses of Gandhaka Dhriti, so mainly Gandhaka Dhriti is helpful in skin diseases. As per the reference, it is indicated in Agni Deepaka, Kshayanashaka, useful in Pandu, Shwas, Kasa, Udara Shula, Grahani, and Ama Dosh. So as I told you, the research work related to the Gandhaka Dhriti, which was done in our college by Dr. Omkar Hansi, that is, the title was Pharmaceutico-Analytical Study of Gandhaka Dhriti and its antifungal activity on Dadru Kushta with special reference to ringworm. Let us conclude the topic. So, Dhriti Kalpas are the special preparations or the dosage forms recommended in Rasa Shastra. So, here the drugs are, the Rasadravyas are converted into stable liquid form at room temperature. Okay, so here the main thing is the dhrutis should remain in liquid form forever. So here meaning is it should not regain its original form. So this is the concept of